This is the Certifiable Environmental Professional Podcast, and I'm your host, Sam Hopstone. This is my journey to uncover the untold tales from the resumes of fascinating professionals shaping our planet's future.
Certifiable environmental professional.
And you're listening to Certifiable Environmental Professional Podcast.
Okay, so current occupation is like, what's your title that you're going to put on your website, Ricablanca?
Field biologist.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Field biologist.
Yeah.
And you're located in Fresno, California.
I am located in Fresno, California.
Do you take any jobs outside the valley, or you ever head north or head to the hills?
I mean, I'm doing I'm gonna be helping with the project this Friday with CTS surveys. CTS aquatic surveys, which I actually need 4 more hours of just aquatic surveys to try to get designated biologist status.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's really close.
Like a half a day.
Exactly, but I'm gonna do the full, 8 hours, get the experience, because the person who's leading it is a really known biologist.
Nice.
So I want to try to be able to get that experience and put it on my resume, and in hopes that I can come back again.
And you show up and tell them that, right? Like, hey, I'm here to get hours, and
yes,
they're cool. Like, I've never been to a workshop or been to the survey, so I don't know. I'm used to just saying that straight up when I show up. Hey guys, I want you to know.
Yeah, no, like they know beforehand. Cool. And also, I mean, like, I've asked other people where I'm just like, I know that they have, experiences that I can go in, and it's like, hey, I actually need 4 more hours. I'm wondering to see, like, if you have.
Yeah, let me tag along.
Yeah, if you need help doing any surveys, the next couple months, because if you do, that'd be great. And they're just like, yeah, we can go ahead and play in the pond for a bit. Like,
the season.
Let's go. And I was like, okay, this is cool, because once you get to know people and people get to know you and they like you and they trust you enough, you're able to get all these new experiences.
Yeah.
And that really helps your career generally.
From what I've seen and heard, they want to help. I mean, I'm just thinking about Joanne, but usually folks are jumping, senior staff are jumping to help junior bios get out and get those hours.
Exactly. And that's it. It's nice, because if you have a really small community, you're able to network a lot easier, and you'll meet a lot of people who are willing to help you further your career. So
nice. Okay, I want to circle back and ask you about the commute. So you spent some time in the South Valley, right? Are you still downtown Fresno every day?
Yeah, no, I'm going all the way to Alpa and Tully River and those areas. Yeah, it's super far, but it's very enjoyable. I like it. It started being enjoyable after the second day, because I realized, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to be at work right now. And then I look at the clock, and I'm like, actually, I still have 45 minutes left.
You get some me time.
Yeah, and I start the music on really low.
You build up.
Yeah, I build up as I'm just starting to wake up. I'm starting at 10, then I'm at 15, and by the time I'm ready to go, it's 20.
What about podcasts? Whenever I drive south, I'm getting into Stuff You Missed in History class. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, so it's
or is it strictly house, electronica, slow build?
It's a little embarrassed because it's country. I'm kind of embarrassed, but I think that's one of the main things I listen to, maybe 90% of that time. Driving
the 43.
Yeah.
You can take it. Oh.
Sorry, no, it's just an alarm. It's an alarm to feed my sourdough starter. They need an alarm to remember.
Did you find some cover? Is it going to be good?
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And I think that by the time I get home, it's safe to feed it.
Okay. What's the feed? Is it just sugar?
It's just more flour and water.
Flour, yeast, water.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Beautiful.
A lot easier than people think it is.
Nice. I did Amish friendship bread one time in college, where you're growing a batch and then you split it into bags and just do a multiplier.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It is. It grows like
It's
that.
good for morale.
It is.
You have like a hookup with
Good.
like fresh, what do you call that? Fresh dough batch.
You know,
every couple
I
days.
do make one for one of my neighbors because she's a teacher.
Yes.
And she's like, "Do you sell this?" And I'm like, "I'm not selling it to you.
Not for sale.
Like, I'm not gonna sell it to you. I'll sell it to other people, but I won't sell it to you because the comparison of what teachers make versus a lot of other people, and they got to deal with children all day. Not just like one or two of them. They got to deal with like 25 or 30.
He earned it.
Yeah, and I used to be a long-term substitute teacher. So I can only imagine, I can only imagine how it would be like every single day for like 9 months a year to watch children that don't belong to you.
It's tough, but it's a beautiful thing from what I've heard.
If you get a good teacher who like really cares about these kids,
then you remember for a lifetime.
Exactly.
Okay, next up, what are you drinking?
I am drinking
Honolulu
Hawaiian something.
Now having the house Empire house empirical house tea with milk. So
with milk, so you're not lactose, huh?
No. I don't have any like allergies.
You're very lucky.
Just eat and drink stuff. Yeah.
I just suffer through it. It's fine.
Do you have? My dad's got like a milk pill. You know, you go to Costco. And
yeah, they don't really work. You have to take like 5 or 6 of them.
Got it. You have to like chow down.
Yeah. Okay. It's like have like 1 slice of cheese. You have to take like 3 lactose pills.
So you're having as much pill as you are a cheese slice.
Yeah.
Is that an apple slice in there?
Yeah, there's apple slices in here. I think it's supposed to be like tropical.
Love it.
So and it does taste
tropical. Apples and lemons.
It does. It tastes tropical and it tastes really sweet and very flavory, fruity.
Beautiful. Hawaiian, Honolulu
Hawaiian something.
Okay. What gets you excited about living in Fresno?
So I bought a house here last year.
That was very Fresno, like excited. Look.
Yeah.
Same here, man.
The location is amazing. So I am part of the LGBTQ community, and so I definitely wanted to live in a place where I felt more accepted. And so Tower has always been one of those places.
Yes.
And I came from Visalia, which is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a different time period where it was not very.
It wasn't the 2020s.
It was like, when I was in high school, it was like 2005. And back in 2005, it was kind of rough. And there's only like 3 Asian families that went to like my elementary, middle school, and high school, and 2 Black families, and they both transferred out towards the end of the year.
Where'd they go?
To the more diverse high school.
Farmersville.
They went to Redwood.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really wanted to go to Redwood. My mom would not let me. I was like, please let me go to Redwood so it might be more diverse. But instead, I stayed at Golden West, which was not as diverse.
Survived?
I did. I survived. Barely made it. I did not like going to school, so I definitely graduated. I graduated, or I didn't graduate early, but I had enough credits from like going to college early on.
Yeah.
So I started early, like when I was 16.
AP program.
No, it was. They had like a college bridge program where you would be able to take college classes after school, and they had it at our high school.
Oh, like they brought the professor.
Yes, exactly. And so I was able to take classes. So I was able to. I left at lunch my entire senior year.
Cool.
Which was really nice.
Sounds good.
I know. I'm like,
take a nap.
a lot of times I would just go straight into work because I had a job at the movie theaters.
Nice.
It worked out.
Work study.
Yeah.
Cool. So you made it out.
Yeah.
You got your bachelor's, and you found a way to stay in the valley too.
Yep. I went to Fresno State, and then I was like, I looked around Fresno State, and when I met a lot of people, they would always like take me to Tower. So going to Tower, I was like, wow, I feel so.
You found it.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
I feel so normal.
Yeah.
You know,
you show up and be yourself.
Exactly. It's a whole different feeling. It's like when I have straight friends versus like my LGBTQ friends. You feel it's a different feeling, different aura, because you're going with people who went through the same things that you did.
We call that not double speak, but you can just talk like or code flipping. You can just talk how you want to talk.
Me?
Be yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Around your people.
I mean, it definitely is. It's
code switch. That's what it's called.
Code switch.
Gotta look it up. I need to look it up. There's a word.
Google.
Yeah. I need like not an assistant, but I need like a helper, podcast helper.
Yeah.
Jamie, look that up, please. Google it. I'm usually on a Teams call, and I'm like the guy looking it up in the background, like issue resolved. It's already done.
You can always just do like, what is it? Chat GPT. And just like leave it on your phone, and it's like, hey, GPT.
Can and should. What is the thing for code switch? But it's another word, but I forget, and right?
Yeah.
In fact, I do.
And it will. Yeah. So it's nice. I love living here in Fresno.
That was a good one. Tower.
Yeah.
Gets you pumped.
Definitely.
Valley.
Got lucky.
Valley girl. This is a really important, kind of a serious question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road?
Yes. I would say cookies and cream, but I mean, Rocky Road. You got.
It's respectable. The classic. Yeah. That's like, not just like, what's hot this season, but like if you had to pick one where you got to commit, it's like
day.
A monogamous, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be every day, but you don't get to have any others. Like this is the flavor.
Yeah.
You got to make it last. Rocky Road.
Definitely. I'll choose that if I don't want to try anything new.
Yeah. It's like it's comfortable. It's comfortable.
You walk into ampersands, look at the month flavors, and I'm like, no, not this month.
Unless they do like a Rocky Road with whiskey or something.
Hey.
Scotch.
I mean, I would if they made that into like an alcoholic drink. Yes.
Okay, next up, Fresno State. What was your major? And just take me through like how you got from senior out of not Redwood, Sequoia, Golden West.
Yeah.
I was just gonna start naming trees. Semper Virens. I don't know. How'd you get from senior out of Golden West to bachelor's degree chasing bio?
That's a long answer.
Let's do the 30-second
version. Okay, so after graduating, I was at COS and I was there for a while. My biggest thing,
Visalia, right?
Yes, in Visalia. Sorry, College of the Sequoias.
Yep. And, I see the billboard every time.
And I actually started because I wanted to go to pharmacy school. I became a pharmacy technician.
Interesting, different.
Yeah. And so right after I graduated, I went into the pharmacy technician program, became a pharmacy technician, worked at the hospital, starting at 21. And then from there, I always lived outside of my parents' house since I turned 18. So I was working 3 jobs, just trying to maintain it.
Yeah,
surviving pretty much. And it took me a while to just get my associates in science and biology.
And you were working more than school, huh?
Exactly. I was only taking 1 or 2 classes at a time. So it took me 8 years to just get my associates. And then after I was like, you know what, I'm going to get my bachelor's now. I really need to focus. So I actually quit and then started going to Fresno State because I was driving back and forth a lot.
Were you driving to Fresno every day?
I was. Yeah, the 99.
2 years.
It's a whole experience. It was horrible, It can take me 45 minutes or it can take me an hour and a half just to get to school. So, but it was fine because it was for a good reason.
Yeah.
Okay? And then
you're motivated, so you do it.
Exactly. And I finished in a year and a half.
Cool.
Because I was so motivated for it, and I was working part-time at CVS Pharmacy.
Yeah, you can grind.
Yeah, I was still going. And eventually, when I graduated from my bachelor's, I actually got into pharmacy school. I went to Loma Linda for
I don't know that one.
It's in San Bernardino.
Okay.
It's a private school.
Cool.
And I went to San Bernardino and lived in the dorms at Loma Linda.
San Bernardino.
Yeah, and I was there for an entire year, first year of pharmacy school. Thought I was going to be a doctor. PharmD.
Farm tech, yeah.
Made a lot of friends. They actually were the ones who diagnosed me and told me I had ADHD. shout out
like
to my
that was a peer diagnosis.
So shout out to all my old classmates and my old professors who told me that I really needed
Get that checked
medication.
out.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it made it a lot easier to pretty much function.
Yeah, once it clicks.
Yeah.
Just get it taken care of.
It's great. And after the first year, I was so miserable. Like every day.
Yeah.
And I was away from my family, away from my friends, away from my dog. And I had no support system. Though that my classmates were kind of going through the same thing as me. But a lot of them lived in that area, or them and their significant others or their families. They had people there.
Yeah.
And I had one of my cousins there, but it wasn't enough for me. Homies. Yeah, we are. It was pretty cool with them. I saw them a lot, but it wasn't the same as having an entire community.
Yeah.
So I told my parents, I was like, I'm not doing pharmacy anymore because I cannot imagine going through this for 4 years, 3 more years at that point. And then, exactly. And then you have to work this job for the rest of your life. Are you kidding me? I was like, that's not.
It's another 40 years.
It's another 4 years before I get to retire.
Yeah.
Like, that's not happening.
That's not how that's supposed to feel.
Why am I choosing to be miserable every single day until I get to retire? That's not how it's supposed to work out. Yeah. And so I told them, no, thank you. I don't want to go back. And then I literally Googled, what jobs can I do with my bachelor's degree? It's a bachelor's science in biology, and environmental consulting came up.
Nice.
And I got super lucky because I applied everywhere, and for the places that didn't allow me to apply because I didn't have the experience, I brought in my cover letter and my resume, and I would go in and talk to someone.
Well, if you can get through to a human, you're already 85% of the way there.
Yeah, exactly. And I got lucky because I walked in, to my old company, and the person who I talked to actually ended up being the owner of the company. And I didn't even realize it until he told me, like...
Sometimes they play cool and you don't find out, so say a bunch of embarrassing stuff.
So, went through my entire life story, thought we were cool, we're having a good time.
By the way,
right? He's just like, she's like, it's crazy because no one ever brings in their resume and their cover letter.
Right.
And I'm like, that's wild because it's exactly what you learn in work experience in high school.
Yeah.
And that's
not everybody.
Not everyone, apparently. And so...
They don't teach you that.
He was just like, well, you're the first one here. And I'm like, that's crazy. And he's like, and that's a good thing that you came today because I actually own the company. And immediately, and he saw it. He saw it too. He was like, I was like,
oh.
I said, that is great.
It's a funny coincidence.
Yeah, that's great. I just literally told him my entire life story, everything I went through.
Nailed it.
And he loved it.
Yeah, whatever. It's motivator.
Yeah, loved it. Hired me, gave me all the experience, got me jobs, and can't ask for more. Like, I got really lucky that he did all of that for me.
Beautiful.
So it was really tough leaving him to become an independent contractor. So.
And you haven't taken like jobs outside the valley in the interim to like, you know what I mean? Let me just get a season in Modoc County to like get some hawk time.
I mean,
like you've made it.
I've thought about it, but I mean,
you weren't pushed away.
I wasn't.
There was no drought of like, all right, bye.
No. Everyone's like, come right back, Germaine. Come right back, and I'm just like, don't mind me if I do. You know.
Okay.
All of my approvals are here.
That's
you know. But learning about approvals, learning about permits, learning about all these things, wow.
Whole other ball game from holding salamanders, huh?
Can you imagine going to work and loving your job every day? Now that I don't have to wonder anymore. So, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, you made it.
I did.
I forgot what the question was. Oh yeah, majors, interests, extracurriculars. Was there any wildlife stuff in there while you were doing Farm D, or was it all working at CBS, crunching numbers?
It pretty much is. It was like...
What'd you do for fun?
Snowboard.
Cool. Where do people snowboard in Visalia? You head north to
China Peak, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like I had a couple like solo trips to China Peak, chatting with people on the lifts, and it's like Visalia, Slow, Lemoore. I was like, oh, you guys are driving even farther than me. This is crazy. That's the spot.
It's kind of
that's the local.
It is. It's a local one.
Valley.
It's a lot smaller, and it's definitely not made for a beginner.
Right.
Like, don't
They have,
ever
like,
tell
a bunny slope.
if you tell your beginner friends to learn at
China
Peak,
yeah.
you're screwing them over. Like,
Badger Pass.
You're horrible. Yeah. Don't bring your beginning friends to China Peak.
Well, they got one bunny slope and they got a little kitty.
One bunny slope that's literally like 100 feet long.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to
on a 45
take my daughter next winter.
But that makes sense. Your daughter, she's
bunny.
She's tiny.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go with like a grown adult,
no, you gotta start small and take it easy.
I mean, I always recommend Snow Valley to anyone. It's cheap. Lessons are only like $80.
That's in Bernardino.
Yeah, north
like
of San
Big Bear.
Bernardino. Yeah.
Okay.
It's right near Big Bear.
I've heard of Big Bear Mountain. Snow Valley's like around there.
It's a lot smaller, but the beginner areas are a lot bigger, and they do have its own like small chairlift.
Good to know.
Yep.
Snow Valley.
Lessons super cheap, so 10 out of 10 recommend.
It's a longer drive from Visalia.
It is a lot of longer drive from Visalia, but so it'd be like a weekend trip.
Okay. Studying, grinding, boarding.
Yes, that was my life. Yep.
That sounds like college. When did you know you wanted to pursue environmental work? Was it the Google search?
Was
there like stars coming from the monitor? Like,
you know, when I was getting my bachelor's in biology, I was like, man, it would be so cool to have a job where I get to be outdoors all the time and get to learn about these
I'm ready
animals.
to get outside.
Yeah. And so it's crazy because I used to go to the sequoias all the time when I was going to Fresno State. Every weekend.
Like just down the hill.
My parents, and like Visalia is only like 25 minutes away.
You jump on the highway, you're in the snow in like half an hour.
Exactly. And so it was nice to like 25-minute drive there, have a morning hike, come back.
Cool.
And it was nice to do that. I did it every weekend.
Yeah.
So
it's therapy.
It was. And I was like, it'd be so cool to have a job like this. And like having a bachelor's in biology, as you're going to Fresno State, when you go on hikes, you're just saying all these things that you've learned, right? Everyone's just kind of like
talking about.
Yeah.
Science.
So that's how I learned all my biology, was actually being out there and doing all that. And I always thought, man, that would be a really cool job, just to be out in nature all the time, save animals for a living. But like in my mind, or in what I've heard in my experiences, that people that work out in the field don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because people don't know about a lot of different type of biology jobs.
Right.
And so
there are some opportunities that pay a little and some opportunities that pay a lot. You know, there's a spectrum.
Yeah, as a first generation Filipino American, like my parents wanted me to be a nurse. They wanted me to be a doctor, and
there's good money there.
It's good money and stable, right?
Steady.
But then there's
jobs in Visalia.
But it's miserable.
That's okay. It's indoors.
They think about that a lot, and for me, it's like I cannot imagine my life doing this every single day and being miserable. And so, you know, I didn't even know about environmental consulting or anything.
Yeah, they don't teach you that in school.
They do not. And
they didn't teach me in college.
It kind of sucks because if someone had told me there was like a booth outside,
yeah,
that was like environmental consulting, right?
Yeah, just do like 3 weeks for free, and then you're good to go.
You know, and then
you'll a couple of surveys.
But it's crazy though, because like now that I'm already in this industry, I tell all my friends about it.
Yeah, you want to go run a booth with me, Fresno State?
I would.
I'm serious.
I would 100%
on my
do that.
List. That'd be sick.
I would 100% do that with you, because I am all for voicing for environmental consulting and just being outdoors and saving animals for a living and learning how to save them. It's a big difference than being in a lab.
Yeah. Lab's fun. I've done lab. Lab's pretty like there's like a nice peaceful robotic vibe, like running chemistry things and like playing techno. And
one of my best friends is a laboratory scientist,
lab
right?
tech.
Yeah, she's not a lab tech. Like she's like she
like
looks at cells and she's like, yep, they have staff.
Awesome. She's like scanning.
Yeah.
What do you call that? I mean, she's
she actually
reviewing.
has to look out of it through a microscope.
Okay.
All day.
Oh, they don't take pictures. You still
They
have to like
do.
look at the glass plate.
They do, but she still looks in the microscope.
Crazy.
For all of them, and take a picture.
No, I knew, man. When I was looking in a microscope, I was like, I'm not looking in the scope every day.
No. And she now was like really interested in environmental consulting because she sees me. She sees my photos of me saving animals, holding like I'm happy, and they know. She knows.
Doing all smiley in your
exactly. And all my pictures are like this. Right?
Oh, yeah, it would be what was that, a human's mouth?
Yeah, in the humans.
Yeah.
Except for the rattlesnake class, I definitely almost.
Are you into rattlers or?
No, I'm not into snakes.
That's cool.
I hear one, see one, I will turn the other way very slowly and walk away.
That's fine.
And not scream.
You respect them.
Yes, and now after taking the rattlesnake class, like safety class, and how to handle safely.
Is it how to approach, or do you actually get to like
real rattlesnakes?
Yeah,
like you use. Who in the world uses real
rattlesnakes?
You use real snakes? I did not.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
I did not expect that. And so the entire time that it was like rattling, I'm just like, oh my god,
we are all gonna get killed, all of us.
I really did almost poop my pants, and my friend who was there with me, she's like, you should go to the bathroom now, and I'm like, you're right. And
we should have a little like the first PowerPoint slide, bathroom break.
Yes, it really should have been because I remember my hands were so clammy. I have a video of it. I can share it to you because they need to know, right? They need to know like how I handled it. On the outside, I'm calm.
You handled it well.
Yeah. On the inside, and my body was. I was so sweaty. I was like,
your pants are like so.
I was so scared, and I was shaking.
Forget that, man. I'll just stick with the keyboard.
You're the keyboard. No, I mean, it wasn't even. You know how people are like, I get a rush. I did not get a rush.
Nah.
I got clammy.
Yeah, there's fun rush, and then there's stage fright.
But I'm definitely not scared to do it again.
Nice, you're ready.
I am ready. That class definitely got you ready for it, and that's the reason why I took it.
Right. Even if it takes 5 classes, it's like you just start taking them, and then whatever. It might take 10 classes. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Once you get out of college, there's no more deadline. It's like
exactly. No one's testing you on anything except for fairy shrimp.
Right.
Other than that, no one's really testing you. You get to learn as much as you can. You're paying for it, so you might as well get your money out of it, right? And you're saving these animals for a living. Like, that's your entire job.
Yeah.
So learn as much as you can so that you can save them.